Hey, welcome. This is Jason Kokenzie with Building Wealth Now. Glad to have you here. Join me with another episode of Building Wealth Now. For those of you who might be first time listeners, welcome. Glad to have you here. Thank you for being a special guest. For those long-time listeners and subscribers, thank you as always for checking this out. Looking forward to having you guys here today on this call to talk about business, online business, online business, being an entrepreneur. A lot of times, the people who jump on this podcast are people who are wanting to jump into online business, or people who maybe already online business but struggle a little bit. And we're here to help you guys today. Got a great topic that I think will help a lot of you out in your life, in your business, especially for those of you who might not have an online business yet. I think this will be a particularly great episode for you. But before we get into all that, if you've not gone over to our Facebook group, iteachfreedom.com. That again is iteachfreedom.com. For those of you who don't have a business but would love to be online, you can go there, and there's a little survey at the very, very beginning when you click on the Facebook group. And what that does is ask you a few questions. One of those questions is, would you like to have a video conference on 3 to 4 online businesses where you can learn how to make passive income? Hey, click yes. There is absolutely zero sales pitch there. It's just good information. There to help you, get moving forward. And you're going to learn information that, frankly, you're not going to hear in YouTube videos. You're not going to get in e-courses. You're going to spend a lot of money in other places to find the information that you're going to get there for absolutely free. And I do that for a reason. I am not here to make a buck off of you. I give you this information because I don't want you to go spend the hundreds or thousands of dollars on those lousy e-courses to learn what I can teach you in about an hour. And you're going to be able to walk away learning how to do 2, 3, 4, 5 businesses. Not that I recommend doing 2, 3, 4, 5 businesses at the same time, but you would have the opportunity to do so. And so go there and click on that. If you have no clue, even if you are already in online business, you want to get better advantages in online business, my suggestion is let's sit down, let's chat. Let's go through that same thing there and maybe help you out with that. But that's Facebook groups also there for you to interact with, learn questions. It's there about entrepreneurship, online business, mindset, modern economy. It's not mumbo jumbo. It really is to help you move forward in this business, to think differently, to help you think in a way that you could never think of before, maybe. So I encourage you guys to go that route and think about that. So let's get into this and we'll have some fun with it. How about that? So here's the deal, guys. My warning out for you right out the gate is don't settle. Don't settle. That's the theme, the topic for today. Don't settle. I find a lot of people who want to be an online business. I talk to people all the time in online business, all the time. And they constantly are wanting to jump into online business, but they never make a decision, which is a bad problem. But then all of a sudden they settle. They just settle for things. And they just, I want to be an online business. And, ultimately, when all said and done, they struggle to get into anything because they're not willing to jump into anything. And so then they just jump into anything that's out there. And that's a problem. And so I'm going to say don't settle. And I'm going to give you some tips today on some things that you should look for that really will help you build not only just an online business, but a long-term online business. And I'm going to also help you be aware of some things that are frequently out there that I highly recommend you avoid. And some things that have actually happened to friends of mine, even in the last couple months, where it's happened not once, twice, but a few different times. And I don't want to say I told you so, but I have, guys, and I'll tell you about that here in a second. So when looking at online businesses, and guys, there's all kinds of online businesses out there. Okay, there's all kinds. There's hundreds, thousands. I don't know. There's new online businesses that come all the time. But you got to ask yourself the question, why are you doing this online business? Okay, why are you doing this online business? Are you doing this online business because you just want to make a buck? Are you doing this online business because you just want something to do? Are you doing this online business because you want to make a few $100, maybe a few $1,000? Do you want to do this business because you just want a job replacement? Do you want to do this business because you want some retirement income? Do you want to do this business because you want true life-changing income? Now, I'm going to be real with you. My conversations with people is I'm here to help people have life-changing income. That's what I want to do. I want to help people have money income that they've never had before. And the purpose of that is that I'm not trying to create millionaires for the sake of having a lot of money. Okay. Money is a tool. I've said this to you before. We'll say this again. Money is a tool, and money will magnify your character. So if your character is bad, let me tell you something. It's going to magnify that bad character. If you have good character, good integrity, guess what? It's going to help magnify those things. And so I don't want to make people wealthy to make people rich. I have no desire to do that. But I also do know that there's a lot of people who do struggle financially and they don't have other options, and they always settle. They settle in their jobs. They allow their bosses, their employers, to treat them like trash, to tell them what to do, when to do it. And they settle a lot in life. And then they make excuses why different things happen. And they say, well, Jason, you don't know me. And in some cases I don't. And I'm like, you're right. I don't know you, but I do know this. If things need to change, then you have to change those things. What I often say, if things need to change, then things need to change. So don't settle. My goal for you is not to settle to make you wealthy. My goal is to settle to allow you to have freedom, to be able to do things that you weren't able to do before. And now, if that's making $10,000 a month, $30,000 a month, $40,000 a month, that's fine. That's great. That's wonderful. But at the end of the day, my point in saying all this is that we want to make sure that you guys don't settle. All right. So let me give you just a few things here to help you when it comes to looking for online businesses. Okay. Number one, guys, and to be honest with you, I've done podcasts on every single one of these, but I'm going to make them concise. Okay. Very first thing, guys, is if it does not have the potential to be passive income, don't do it. You're settling. Okay. You're settling, and it's going to become a job at that point in time. It's not going to become a business. And you have to understand, a business is something that has a system to it that eventually you can walk away from and it works itself. That's what a business does. Okay. Now, number one, if it doesn't make it passive income, don't mess around with it. Number two, if you have to carry product, then you will not make passive income. Okay. What is passive income? It's a concept of where you do something once, and if you do it right, you continually get paid for the work that you do. So if you have to carry product, then you're never going to have passive income, because that means you're always going to have to carry it. It means you're going to have overhead. It means you're going to have to ship it, which means if you're going to be in some type of business, my recommendation is find something, okay? Find something that you personally don't have to ship. If you have to hire a third party out to ship your products, that's fine. That works, okay? But at the end of the day, you don't want to have to ship that product, which brings me to my third point. If you want passive income, that means you can't carry product. And if you want passive income, that means you also have to have the ability to go on some type of subscription. In other words, people have to be able to subscribe to what it is that you're doing. Guys, subscriptions are the cream of the crop, the tip at the top, the very, 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 very pinnacle of online business. When you can get something that people subscribe to, that means they have a reoccurring purchase of whatever it is that you're selling. That is exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. Okay? So you've got to understand, do I have the ability to have a subscribe button on whatever it is that I'm selling? And if you do have that ability, I'm going to tell you something, that passive income has a huge opportunity for you. Now, I'm going to give you one other further point with this, because I think this is such an important thing. Guys, I don't like digital products for long-term business. I'm not against digital products. I have digital products, actually. But I don't necessarily have products digitally that I'm going to be able to have lifelong subscribers, because once a person subscribes to the one digital product, they're probably not going to get that exact same digital product again, right? So if I want those subscribers to be happy, what do I have to do? I have to go create another digital product, which I'm not saying is a bad business, but again, I'm trying to make less work, not more work for myself. How many of you want less work? How many of you want more work? So I'm trying to make myself have less work. So I love physical products, hence why I don't also want to ship them, right? Remember that conversation? Don't have to worry about digital products, because digitals just automatically get sent out once the person subscribes or purchases. But there's not that long-term income there unless I constantly am creating. And if I'm constantly creating things, that means I am I have a job. That's one of the things that a lot of famous influencers in the world of things like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok need to understand quickly. If you're going to be an influencer, you need to learn how to build something that has the capability of passive income as well as subscription. Because a lot of these YouTubers, Facebookers, etc., they may make good income, but what if they decide no longer to have a social media presence? What if they're just done with being an influencer? If they've not set themselves up for some type of passive income or subscription where people consistently buy the things, then they're going to be hurting for a long time. They're going to be upset that all the work they did to become micro celebrity famous on social media is all for naught. Now, moving forward. Hence why I like physical product, but I like not just physical products. Go with me here. I love 30-day consumables. In fact, I was listening to a YouTube video a few months ago, and there was a YouTube guy who said, and I was just about to choke, he's like, you should buy any type of product except for 30-day consumables. And I about choked. I'm like, fine, dude, you're going to be working the rest of your life while I'm not. While I get to be on the beach doing the things I want to, travel around the world, which I do, which I get to go to the beach a lot. I get to go travel. I get to go do the things. I get to be out, hang out with the family, do the things I want to do when I want to do them, is because I focus largely on 30-day consumables. Bottom line, that's what I focus on. Digital products are great. Fine, wonderful. Other physical products are great. But if you really want to have an absolutely wonderful passive income on subscription, think about things that people are buying every 30 days. 30-day consumables are a wonderful thing. Question for you is, what is it that you buy every single 30 days? Okay, what is it that you buy every single 30 days? And think about how you can make a business off of that. Okay? Now, one last thing. Is it unique? Is it unique? That's a big conversation piece that you need to have. Is it unique product? There is some room in industry for products that are already in the market, but you are going to make yourself a lot nicer of a padding if you find a product that's unique. I could go a lot farther than this. I'm not going to go into it, but guys, find something that's unique. Now, in conclusion, I'm going to say this because I think it's important for you guys to understand this. Some of you are going to be mad that I say this too, but it's okay. Multiple people in the last couple months have come to me and said, Jason, what about this? Or they have actually said, this is what I did. What do I do now? I am not a fan of buying pre-built online businesses, whether that being things like Walmart or Shopify or Amazon stores. Okay? I am not a fan. I've seen more people get burnt from those than they actually made money from those. In fact, I've actually never actually known a person who's truly made money from them. Maybe they're out there. I just, for whatever reason, have never talked to them. Okay? And I see people throwing down $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 on these things that make them money for 5 months, 3 months, 1 week, 5 weeks. And then all of a sudden, the bank account starts going very quickly downward. And the reason why is because they're no longer getting sales. You have to ask the question, why in the world are they selling these businesses? If they're making such good money and high promises, why are they selling these businesses? And a lot of them are doing it just because they're trying to make a quick buck on selling something that's not even really flowing money. Another reason why people sell them is because they're trying to sell something ultimately. Listen, this is important. They're trying to sell something ultimately that when all is said and done has reached its peak. has reached its peak. And so because it's reached its peak, they now are selling it while it's still somewhat at a peak. And then lo and behold, it loses its bang within the next 2-3 months. So it looks like you bought a good business, but they know because of their history and their experience that that business is going to quickly move out. And so now you fork $20,000, $30,000 to come around for something that looks promising for a few months, but then absolutely royally kicks you in the pants a few months later. Guys, I've seen people lose $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. In fact, there's a person right now that's truly looking at buying something that's like this for $250,000. I want to literally scream. Don't fall for those businesses. You're settling because you don't want to create your own business. And that is where you are going to frustrate yourself. Hey guys, go to iteachfreedom.com. Don't settle. Learn to build a business from the ground up. I promise you it won't be a disappointment. Love to get to meet you. Hope you have a great day. We'll chat soon.